Yes, guys, summer season is here. Session 1 is up, baby. Been too long without tennis. Here at Ben's apartment, gonna... Filthy bastard is up to something. Let's go freaking surprise him right now. Ambush him. Find out what the heck is going on. I see a kitty cat and Longshanks himself. The fudge is up. Watching some Wimby today?
I'm looking for some Wimby highlights right now.
Nice. Rapid fire. What does your heart say and what does your head predict for this upcoming season, record-wise?
2 and 2.
2 and 2 is
No. 3 and 1.
Trash. This has gone down the drain already. I'm predicting 3 and 1 and 3 and 1. I think my head and heart are aligned for a change. Feeling good things. If you like this type of content, subscribe, baby. Trying to grow the channel. Like the video and remember that it's trash from tennis.
It's all about the tennis trash we've been.
Let's roll.
So yes, guys, Battery Park, the site for this battle. Been here on multiple occasions. Many of victories have been had here, but even more losses. But let's not talk about that. Serving up some Cracker Jacks to start, and this isn't in perfect sequence. I figured I'd just roll the tape, the compilation of all the aces, out wide, down the middle, you name it. I was cooking throughout the day, especially at the beginning. Yes, sir. Was able to win my first 2 games at Game to Love.
Condor serves popping today.
And straight from the horse's mouth, the opponent noting that they were coming off hot off my string bed. He, though, had a couple tricks up his sleeve when it came to serve, testing my woeful one-handed backhand. Yeah, pulling me wide and then exposing the open court on that particular point. Nicely done. Look at that. Just kicking it out wide, and yeah, I'm in such poor position. He's able to wrong foot me with ease and draw the error there. And again, let's show one more. Nice kick up by shoulder height, asking the questions where he needs to be. So a lot of fun. I'm glad that he was able to test me in that regard, and I'm starting to build up some more skills there and learning on what I need to work on. I will say, ground stroke wise, pound for pound, I think I had the slight edge. Whenever we got into these long rallies, as in the case there, I typically emerged the victor. Serve +1, the bread and butter shot of tennis. I like to see myself executing that, and let's show one more here. Nicely done. And then from time to time, I believe the term is finesse. I am able to get to, not too often though. And speaking of not too often, how is that for a shot? I believe they call that a frozen rope, the one-hander down the line. Need more of that in my life. As I was saying, whenever we got into long rallies, I'm pleased to report that my forehand didn't break down too much. Not too many errors on that side, I felt, throughout the sets that we played. 2-2, we were on serve, exchanged a couple breaks, remained on serve, and then would go on to 4-4. This is a break point that I was facing. Yes, baby. A little bit of an ability to withstand some pressure starting to develop in the Condors game. Don't want to get ahead of myself and say that I'm clutch. In fact, I'm still far from it, but I believe I am moving in the right direction. Again, this match, yes, buggy whip. And I kind of steal the point there. This match had plenty of moments where it was high pressure, whether it be late in the first set or just long rallies, period. And that was the first set going my way. Second set, though, we already know. Yikes. I have a bad habit of getting complacent, and he would blow me to smithereens. That's about the one highlight, that saber.
Breaker, baby.
The only thing left then was to head to the super tie break. See who would claim the season opener. And again, pressure moment. We talked about it earlier. We did a 2-minute Tuesday on it. Talked about how bad we were and how we just need to calm our nerves. And instead, it's my opponent that capitulates on the forehand.
Oh my God.
And a little bit of nerve starting to show.
That's it.
All I have to do is play some level-headed tennis and maintain the lead throughout. But 10 is a long way away. We know that feeling. Oh, man. And when it got dicey, I got slicey. I have no idea how I pulled that one off. Goes to show in real time it was some real sorcery that I couldn't believe. In the end, it is sometimes better to be lucky than good, and in this particular point, I think that rang true. Sniping the line. Thank you, tennis gods, for blessing me on that one. And then this is the penultimate point. I had him at 9-6. Some good rallies and even better sportsmanship, as you'll see here in the end. So not the most convincing win, but a win where I was able to face and withstand some high-pressure moments. Let's check in with Ben. He faced another former opponent we've seen in the Trashman Tennisverse in the Pakistani Doctor.
Indoor hardcourt match in the middle of summer. It was raining, so fortunately my opponent had a membership at a local club. I had to pay $12 to get in the door, and as soon as money was on the line, I was extra incentivized to play well. My opponent was a UTR 4, and right from the get-go, we were friggin' slapping it back and forth. Great rallies, equal in skill and knowledge of the game, and he actually ended up breaking me early, but I didn't panic. That was a nice long rally, and I realized that I was in for a fun day. But I did figure out that I could hang with him in a long rally, and that he was more likely to make a mistake than me. What an overhead. Risky, but had some style. This is my Australian Open outfit, so I felt sick out there. There's no wind resistance or anything on indoor courts, so it was really easy to have long rallies. Nice slice, like changing it up. I think this point, oh no, it might be this one. My opponent was a lefty, so you don't see that every day. I didn't notice it a whole lot during the match, but I did actually end up trying to pepper his forehand because it was surprisingly weak compared to his backhand, and I liked the odds of my backhand against his forehand. Good job coming to the net. Took the first set pretty convincingly, 6-4. It was a good scoreline, but I felt in control. Second set, I actually went up a break early, and I'm kind of ashamed to admit I started having thoughts like, oh, I'm amazing. I'm the best tennis player that's ever lived. I'm gonna bagel this guy. But after I consolidated the break, he proceeded to win 3 games in a row. I felt the water was filling up the ship, and I was just like, oh my goodness, it's going to a tiebreak. It's going to a tiebreak, and I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose in a super tiebreak, a 10-point tiebreak. But somehow, some way, I was able to get back in the match. This point, I do feel definitely energized me. And that's why. What a filthy volley. Completely unintentional. And the celebration was completely intentional. Absolute scumbag. Way too cocky. Way too cocky for my skill level. After that, I started to think, I've got it. But, typical shank. Got broken. Idiot. But, I do remember thinking the pressure got my focus back in the match. I was only down a break, and it was like, okay, you're not just trying to stay in here, you're trying to come back. And that was like a really fun, really good pressure to have. Back's against the wall, and I'm really happy with how I responded. I was able to break him. And in the second set, my opponent definitely raised his level, and he started shying away from those long points, and I was able to counteract that by coming to the net. But we did end up in some long rallies. He was throwing, different stuff at me, I would say he hit it long a lot more than he hit it short. So he was swinging for the fences himself, and that led to some pretty good baseline rallies. When I was serving out the match, I was facing some break points, both on the ad side, and I was pleasantly surprised with how I held up under the pressure. And in the end, I was able to come out on top. Huge win in terms of quality of opponent and quality of the match. On to week 2.